Processional. I am pleased to present the distinguished faculty, the students, the honored platform guests, and the Chancellor of the University of Arkansas at Little Rock, Dr. Joel E. Anderson.
The University of Arkansas at Little Rock commencement ceremonies are declared open. Welcome. In a moment, we'll sing our national anthem. Let me first say to our international students and those present from countries around the world, we are glad you are here. You are welcome to join us in singing the national anthem, and you are welcome to refrain if you decide to do so. We will now be led in singing by the University Concert Choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn
Please be seated.
It's my pleasure to say good morning to everyone and welcome to this great event. I'm Joel Anderson, I'm the Chancellor of the University of Arkansas at Little Rock. And before we move on to the next musical number, I want to say a word to the graduates and also to those of you that are seated in the stands. And I was just thinking as I was looking at this crowd, we've divided this fall ceremony into two. And I'm just thinking about the problems we'd be having if we had double this number of people and we were trying to seat them. So we're really pleased that you're here, and we'll be doing this again this afternoon. If you want a second experience, well, I'm confident there'll be room for you. As a graduate of UALR, you're much better prepared to serve and to succeed and to help lift your community. I'm speaking to those of you who are graduating. And many of you are first-generation college graduates in your family. And I want to tell you the story of a little boy named Hubert who was born in the 1880s. He was one of 8 children, and the parents of all these children died when he was somewhere in the neighborhood of 12 to 14 years old. 8 children now without parents. There were no grandparents to take them in. So the 2 oldest sisters each took 2 of the youngest children, and that accounted for 6 of the 8. But there were 2 boys, 12 to 14 years old in the middle, and they were just turned out on their own. One of these, Hubert, somehow became attached and lived with and worked for a poor itinerant preacher who also owned a hardscrabble farm in north central Arkansas, a preacher named Joe Blue. I've heard that name and always thought it'd be nice to have a name that short, Joe Blue. Well, Hubert got an 8th grade education, which equipped him to teach school. So he was a school teacher a while. He married, he had a daughter, and then something happened. I don't know what it was, but he decided he wanted to be a pharmacist. So he moved to Little Rock with his family, his wife and his daughter, and enrolled in pharmacy school in Little Rock. And he succeeded, despite the fact that he was poor, that he had to pay rent, he had to feed his family. There was no state or federal financial aid programs, as there are today, but he did it. And on May the 11th, 1916, he graduated from the University of Arkansas Pharmacy School in Little Rock. Now, I know that for a fact because that diploma hangs on the wall of my study in my home. That was my grandfather, Hubert Hall. And I'm really sorry that when I was very young and my life overlapped him, I never asked him why. Why did you decide to go to pharmacy school? What motivated you? And then how did you do it? You know, given the family that you had and the fact that you were a little bit older. But he did it, lots of answers that I don't have, but one thing I do know is the results of his having done that. In his own case, he went on to own a small drugstore in Tuckerman, Arkansas, and he became a leader in the community, supporting his family very comfortably, leader in his church, served on the school board, very much a contributing member of that community. Now here's some other things I know that are really pertinent today. He had 2 daughters, and they both went to college. They had 5 children, grandchildren of Hubert, and they all went to college. And then that ripple effect of people going to college and having all the benefits of it have rippled then to the great-grandchildren, and they're going to ripple into the great-great-grandchildren, some of whom are beginning to approach college age. But it started with him. Every one of those family members then that came afterwards, and then their families and their children, their spouses, they've had better lives. They've been better educated, they've enjoyed better incomes, better health, they've been able to contribute more to their communities, and they've been less dependent on others because of the power of a college education that he had the motivation to go for, and I might say as a non-traditional student. He was an older student, worked, had a family. A college education does not guarantee anything, but it greatly improves the odds of being successful and being better off in multiple ways. So for all of those of you out there who are graduating today and who may sometimes be inclined to sort of downplay your accomplishment of earning a college degree, you need to know that you're joining a really select and exclusive group. Now, the people that you're going to meet this afternoon and next week and next month on a sidewalk or in the grocery store, about 75 to 80% of those people in Arkansas won't have a college degree. So your degree really does set you apart. So I want to say congratulations to the graduates. You've done something really good. And thank you to family and friends who've helped in varying degrees. These graduates achieve their success. And of course, a big salute to the faculty, who are the ones who have provided this education to our graduates. Now, those are my remarks, and what I want to do now is say that we've got a lot of exceptional educational experiences here that are available to our students at the University of Arkansas at Little Rock, and we all enjoy them directly or indirectly. And now I want you to join me in experiencing another performance by the University Concert Choir.
Laude secula, laude secula.
Thank you to the concert choir and to Christina Marinova who directed them. We have a number of distinguished persons seated on the stage, and it's my pleasure to introduce several of them now, and then others will be introduced at later parts in the program. You've already seen the first one in action, the president of the UALR Assembly and Faculty Senate and Grand Marshal today, Dr. Andrew Wright. I'll ask Dr. Wright to stand and all of the others to then stand and remain standing until we get to the end, and then we'll acknowledge the presence of all of them. The Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administration, Dr. Bob Adams, the Vice Chancellor for Advancement, Mr. Bob Denman, Vice Chancellor for Enrollment Management, Dr. Dean Kaler, and the Interim Dean of Ottenheimer Library, Mr. J.B. Hill. Now, let's applaud these individuals. We want you to know who we have most recently honored as the 2013 Distinguished Alum of the Year, and that was Ms. Julie Andrews, and also Mr. Alfred Williams was the winner of the Alumni Association President's Award, and you'll find information about these two honored individuals on page 19 of your program. Now it's my privilege to introduce a great member of our Little Rock community and also a leader in higher education in Arkansas, the president of the University of Arkansas System, Dr. Don Bobbitt.
Thank you, Chancellor Anderson, and thank you to Chancellor and to the faculty for this invitation to spend today with you. You know, during a normal commencement season, whether it be winter or the spring season, I attend between 6 and 10 ceremonies across the state of Arkansas. And I will tell you, every one of them is memorable and remarkable. And I certainly know that today is one of those days here at the University of Arkansas at Little Rock. So my purpose briefly is to bring you greetings from across the University of Arkansas system. It's indeed an honor for me to serve in this position, and I'm thankful to the members of our Board of Trustees for their very selfless service to the state. Of course, we are very proud of your accomplishments, having arrived at this important milestone in your lives. So on behalf of my faculty colleagues here at the University of Arkansas Little Rock, I would like to offer our thanks to your families, your friends, and your other supporters who have helped you to this point in your academic careers. Your graduation today places you in very select company, as the Chancellor mentioned, and your efforts represent great accomplishment. The very heart of your degree, in fact, is a dynamic of thought and creativity which has prepared you well to face the challenges that await you upon leaving this institution. The path you have followed began over 1,000 years ago with the formation of the great universities of Europe at Cambridge, Oxford, Bologna, etc. Over the years, many changes have occurred in higher education, but one thing has remained absolutely constant. Before you learned about any one discipline, you learned about them all. Your studies in this wonderful institution have provided you with the opportunity to search for truth, to understand intellectual challenge and honesty, and to be exposed to the very best ideas, both of the past and the present. What a very rich heritage we all share. It's therefore beyond question that you have received an excellent education under the guidance of an accomplished and committed faculty. These men and women have devoted their professional lives to educating the next generation. And I ask that you take the time to reflect upon those on the faculty who were instrumental in your education, perhaps helping you master a subject you felt was beyond your capabilities, or maybe just giving you a word of encouragement at a time when you needed it most. I ask that you take the time to let them know that they made a difference. As an alumnus of one of the University of Arkansas system institutions, I've been the beneficiary of the wisdom and guidance of many exceptional faculty members over the years. In my first 2 years as president, I have leaned upon that guidance and learned much through the challenges I've encountered. From those collective experiences, I have 3 simple observations to offer you. Eat the frog first. You know, it's human nature to put off to the end the things that should be done first, which probably are most difficult and unsavory. If you eat the frog first, even a plate of Brussels sprouts, my least favorite food, looks very promising. Second, remember that you, as I mentioned, are the most recent in a lineage that goes back over 1,000 years. And your education in this institution has prepared you superbly for a future that at this point in time is unwritten and unknown. Your education has prepared you to think critically and nimbly, to learn and adapt. And as graduates of this fine institution, you have the ability to keep multiple points of view simultaneously aloft without necessarily agreeing with any of them. Therefore, be receptive to the challenges that await you, even if they may stretch you. Because you see, if you are willing to dream something, it's possible that you are willing to accomplish it. And as you contemplate these new challenges, I want you to remember the words of J.R. Tolkien, who said, "Not all those who wander are lost." And third, because of your education, society will seek you out for leadership on difficult issues. As you approach those challenges, I want to share with you to approach Mr. Coleman Peterson, former Walmart VP and senior VP at Walmart of Personnel. His management philosophy was very, very simple. People won't care what you know until they know that you care. Let me repeat that. People won't care what you know until they know you care. So you see, as I promised you, the lessons learned are indeed very simple. Don't put off the difficult. Follow your dreams and work hard to make them a reality, and know that in the end, much of the success that transcends the present is about relationships and community. Thank you again for giving me this opportunity to share today with you. As I leave this stage, I'd like to share with you an Irish blessing to send you out into the world. May you always have walls for the winds, a roof for the rain, tea beside the fire, laughter to cheer you, those you love near you, and all your heart might desire. Thank you and congratulations, graduates.
Now I am pleased to introduce another very dedicated member of our community, and also the hard-working chair of the University of Arkansas Board of Trustees, Mrs. Jane Rogers.
Good morning. On behalf of my colleagues of the Board of Trustees of the University of Arkansas, I'm truly honored today to celebrate your outstanding accomplishments and to share in the pride that I know is felt by the family and friends that are here with us. I am one of 10 trustees who are charged with representing the people of Arkansas in governing the University of Arkansas system. We have a large and diverse system, and our board faces many complex issues. And today, I might add, perhaps that's an understatement. But on days like today, we are reminded that our ultimate goal is, and should be, and continue to be, providing first-class educational opportunities to our students. And as we acknowledge the accomplishments of our graduates today, we must also congratulate our faculty who have provided the teaching and training that have culminated in today's celebration. As chair of the Board of Trustees, my goal is to elevate university pride by spreading the word about the many wonderful accomplishments the students, faculty, and staff across the university system. I call them my points of pride, and I have particularly enjoyed learning about the great things that are happening here at UALR. I was so proud to learn that UALR was named a community-engaged institution by the Carnegie Foundation for Advancement of Teaching. And they won this designation for the collaborations with the Central Arkansas community on issues such as racial disparity, neighborhood revitalization, and education. And I was thrilled to see that UALR made the College Atlas A-list, which recognizes universities that provide both a quality and affordable education to our students. I've also enjoyed seeing the publicity surrounding the accomplishments of UALR graduates through the Alumni at Work campaign, which shows the impact our alumni are having in Central Arkansas, across the state, and in the country. I know that each of you will add your name to that list as you put your UALR education into practice in your chosen profession. I'm honored to share this moment with you and wish you the best in the next chapter of your lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Rogers. And now I'm pleased to present another individual who just gives unselfishly of his time to our community and also to the University of Arkansas at Little Rock, the chair of our Board of Visitors, Dr. Dean Compuris.
Thank you, Chancellor. I bring you greetings from the Board of Visitors, and I'm honored to be here to make a few brief remarks. First, let me say to the students, congratulations on this great milestone. This is a wonderful day in your life, and is really the beginning of your next life. Secondly, I'd like to say thank you to all the people that are attending today, the family, friends that have supported the students during this period of time. Without your support, they would not be here. But most importantly, I want to thank the staff. UALR has got a superb staff of caring professionals who have done a great job with this group of students, but have done a great job over the years. And the Board of Visitors want to tell you how much we appreciate the effort you have, both for the students and this community in general. And I'd like to give you a big round of applause. Usually, people who come up and say something to the students applaud your achievement, tell you to take the lessons that you've learned here and apply them in your next life, in your life to come, to try hard and to work hard. I'd like to try a little different approach today and tell you about two adages. One, the adage that honesty is the best policy, and the second is that good guys finish last. Now, obviously, these two things are contradictory in their nature. What we would like to think is that the first adage, honesty is the best policy, is what you'll live by, so that you as students and all of us in this community will learn to play by the rules, honor each other, and do the right thing. Sometimes, if you're trying to do and succeed without being a member of the team, that doesn't occur. Secondly, people who are honest understand that they will make mistakes and are honest enough to admit them and try to do better as they move forward. The people who follow the second adage oftentimes blame other people for their mistakes and try to move ahead. Thirdly, people who are honest and understand how to work with each other understand that teamwork is the most important thing, that it is important to be a member of the team, and it really doesn't matter who gets credit if achievements are achieved. The people who follow the second adage oftentimes don't understand that. So what I would like to think is that all of you will follow the first adage, and that is that honesty is the best policy, integrity is important, and that's how you'll live your life. Well, in this day and age, that's sometimes hard to understand completely unless you have some real-world examples. And there are two people on this dais that I think exemplify that. The first is my friend Joel Anderson. I've known Joel for over 20 years as the provost and chancellor of this university, and there's no person in the world who has lived his life by being honest, not taking credit for when things are done, who's taken every lemon that's been thrown at him and has made lemonade out of it. The second person is my friend Jane Rogers, who just spoke. I've known Jane even longer than I've known Joel, and Jane is, without a doubt, one of the most honest people in this world. Her only fault is that she graduated from that other university in the state of Arkansas, but we won't hold that against her. She has, during her tenure on this board, been an advocate for education in this state, but most importantly has understood the importance of this university and why it's important to our non-traditional students, why it's important to Central Arkansas, and has been an honest broker trying to balance what needs to be done in this state. She applies that same theory of being an honest broker, an honest person, to every aspect of her life. So students, as you move forward, I would urge you to look at Joel Anderson and Jane Rogers as two examples of how you can succeed in this life while being an honest broker and taking the adage that honesty is always the best policy. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Compuris. Dr. Zulma Toro, the Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost, will now present the candidates for degrees.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, honored graduates and distinguished faculty. It is a pleasure to be here today to recognize the University of Arkansas at Little Rock Fall 2013 graduates. Before proceeding with this morning's ceremony, I want to take a moment to add my voice to those of others in recognition of the outstanding faculty of UALR. This institution exists to meet the needs of the state of Arkansas by being a regional leader among metropolitan universities in transformative academic programs, breakthrough research, and meaningful community engagement. We are increasing the preparedness of our students for success beyond graduation and helping our state move forward. None of this would be possible without the commitment and dedication of the distinguished faculty of UALR. In celebrating the success of these, our newest graduates, we also celebrate our faculty through them. Please join me in recognizing the UALR faculty and their roles in achieving our institutional mission. At this time, I ask that candidates for all associate's, baccalaureate, professional, and graduate degrees and graduate certificates please rise and remain standing. Chancellor Anderson, on the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby declare that these persons have completed all requirements for their respective degrees and certificate programs, and I take pleasure in presenting them to you as candidates for the degrees for which they have been recommended.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Arkansas and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon each of you the degree for which you've been recommended with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. You may now move the tassel from the right side to the left side of your cap. Please be seated. Provost Toro will now proceed to present the graduates.
The university takes great pleasure in recognizing those graduates who have demonstrated particular academic excellence. A number of students are graduating cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude. In addition, other students are identified by special stalls, such as students in the Donaghy Scholars Program, Herschel Friday Fellows, and Sturgis Scholars, or by medallions, such as members of Phi Kappa Phi. You will find information about these honors on pages 3 and 4 of your program. We will now introduce the graduates for the presentation of their diplomas. Please hold your applause until all graduates in each group have been presented. Faculty and staff who have a relative graduating may assist the dean in awarding the diploma at the appropriate time. Will the graduates receiving the Doctor of Education please approach the stage? Each graduate will be hooded by his or her doctoral advisor and will receive their diploma from Paula Casey, interim dean of the graduate school. Each graduate will also be greeted by Dr. Gail Hughes, interim dean of the College of Education.
College of Education, Scott Sides, EDD in Educational Administration and Supervision, hooded by Dr. Ibrahim Duyar. Victoria Jane Wilson, EDD in Higher Education, hooded by Dr. Gregory Barrett. Elaine Baldwin Wooten, EDD in Higher Education, hooded by Dr. Gregory Barrett. Angela Mobley Betancourt, Administration and Supervision, hooded by Dr. Gail Hughes. Maria K. Holloman Calvert, EDD in Educational Administration and Supervision, hooded by Dr. Gail Hughes. Jonathan Kyle Knight, EDD in Educational Administration and Supervision, hooded by Dr. Gail Hughes.
Let's applaud the doctoral graduates. Will the graduates receiving the Education Specialist, Master of Arts, Master of Education, Master of Public Administration, Master of Social Work, Master of Science, or graduate certificates please approach the stage? The graduates will receive their diploma from Paula Casey, interim dean of the graduate school, and will be greeted by the dean of the college in which the graduate program is located.
At this time, we will recognize the graduates from the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. Leah Ashley Berry. Kelly Renee Cooper. Drew Allen Glover. Ellen Mae Lewis. Adrian Adia McGill. Sarah Marie Miller. Brad Sims. Lisa Leanne Tutt. At this time, we will recognize the graduates from the College of Education. Carolyn S. Alexander. Tawana Nicole Ashley. Heather Lynn Bettinardi. Lindsay Michelle Blaylock. Jennifer Nicole Bradley. Lisa Franchette Briscoe. Amy Kristen Byers. Portia Casey. Dr. Ashley Nicole Castleberry. Shelley Lynn Chapman. Whitney Irene Conrad. Kevin Douglas Cook. Martina Charday Davis. Jacqueline Michelle Dugan. Elizabeth Ann Doyle. Paula Lee Drager. Uzamaka Iwama. Rachel Lynn French. Lacey Leanne Garner. Nicole Diane Teresa Goodrow Monette. Robert Lewis Hall. Ashley Nicole Harris. Shaveda S. Harris. Kimberly Monique Heron. Markia Heron. Hannah Danielle Inahosa. Kendra Rashawn Holmes. Stephanie Renee Johnson. Erica Benton Keene. Jenna Jo Lamaster. Alandria Lachey Lester. Victoria Lovelette. Mallory Lizette McMillan. Lauren Nicole Marlin. Lee Alexandria Maxwell. Larisha Nelson. Raphael J. Booth Peoples. Elizabeth Diana Reed. LaEartha Banks. Rebecca Louise Rills. Robin Jilg Robb. Julie Mae Robinson. Lauren Megan Russ. Teresa Rose Taylor. Gwendolyn Michelle Thrower. Rachel Ann Tracy. Nanette Turner. Jenny Lee Withrow. Alicia Wright. At this time, we will recognize the graduates from the College of Professional Studies. Eva Jean Bell. Megan Clark. Lauren Alicia Fairbow. Howell Andrew Fielder. Lori A. Goldman. Thurman J. Green III. Mary Freeman Hightower. Cynthia R. Mahan. Tanisha K.C. Mays. James Andrew Morrison. Sherry Renee Muasal. Joseph Wynn Schaffner. Allison Nicole Simmons. Tamula Lachey Smith. Julie Ann Tabor. Laura Martha Weiner. Micah Ann Woods.
Let's applaud the graduate students. Will the associate and baccalaureate graduates in the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences please approach the stage? Graduates will receive their diplomas from Dr. Jan Thomas, Associate Dean of the college.
Savannah Forrest. Harold Brown. Rachel Danielle Abel, cum laude. Rita Acklin. Clayton Andrews. Berta A. Arias. Desiree Bailey. Keisha Bass. Christy S. Ballman. Tyler Andrew Bean. Deborah Bell Willis. Robert Bennett. Jenna Brady. Kenya Renee Brown. Lacey Greer Burba. Christy R. Burnett, cum laude. Christian Cannon. Jessica Renee Carroll. Chance Cleveland. Blake William Cochran. Sharmetta Cormier. Tamra L. Creed, summa cum laude. Michael George Criswell. Amber Bazankin Davis. Stacy Sherelle Davis. Vanessa Gail Dipple, magna cum laude. Othenia Marie Dowell, cum laude. Shelby A. Dreer, cum laude. Veronica Margaret Euler. Jennifer Marie Fratesi. Curtis Christopher Gatewood. Brittany D. Goodlow, magna cum laude. Cassandra R. Goodwin, cum laude. Kimberly Harrington. Anita Lawanda Hart McNair. Jonathan A. Helms. Charlton O. Henderson, cum laude. Melinda Deanne Hodge. Carrion Hooks. Jason W. Hogue, cum laude. Justin Leon Holstead. Donald H. Hunker. Simone Nicole Jackson. Tanidra Jones. Clark Harris, Jr. Robert Matthew Harrison. Suzanne M. Holmesley, magna cum laude. Pontip Marie Israsana, magna cum laude. Sharnice Denise Jones. Katie Elizabeth Keene. Brian Nee Karen Louise Kendrick. Katina Ann Lewis. James Christopher Lloyd, cum laude. Marvin Lopez, Jr. Howard Bryant Lytle. Mary J. Marbles. Felix Maritim. Yolanda Cherie Mathis. Laura McClellan. Jaspree Lauren Mickens. Catherine Clara Myers, magna cum laude. Megan Meyer. Jessica Teal Miles. Megan Elizabeth Millsap. William P. Morrison, cum laude. Jorana K. Munns. Tiffany Newman. Max A. Oliver III. Amanda P. Parker. Bianca Pernillo. Beverly Yvette Perry. John Pickle, cum laude. Daquisha Yashun Prude, cum laude. Amanda Lynn Pruitt, magna cum laude. Dustin Devon Puska. Nicholas Adam Ramsey. Shanna Dawn Rowland. Griselda Ruby Sierna. Vicky Renee Shadell, magna cum laude. Robert Sheldon. Aisha Sidakay. Angela Jeanette Smith. Elizabeth Ann Smith. Perry King Eston Smith. Shanna M. Stewart. Tanika Stokes. Brittany Nicole Taylor, magna cum laude. Raymond Turner. Parker Mitchell Taylor. Megan Roseanne Terry, magna cum laude. Portia Thompson. Danielle James Tollison. David J. Wagnon, magna cum laude. Zachary Waymeyer, cum laude. Gregory Weatherspoon. Chastity Yvette Wilkins. Raymond Williams III. Tiffany Denise Williams. Mary Workman. Megan Alicia Worsham.
Let's applaud the arts, humanities, and social sciences graduates. Please be seated. Will the Associate Baccalaureate graduates in the College of Education please approach the stage? Graduates will receive their diplomas from Dr. Gail Hughes, Interim Dean of the college.
Zena Sadalden Mosen. Charla LaBrittany Alexander. Tara Lynn Bigoon, cum laude. Emily L. Bishop, summa cum laude. Jonathan Ryan Bobo, magna cum laude. Crystal S. Capps, magna cum laude. Sadie Marie Culbertson. Jessica Ann England. Talisha Lachey Frazier. Megan Danielle Guatney. Bridget Lachey Mayweather. Amy M. Mead, cum laude. Amber Deanne Menard. Stephanie Renee Patterson Penn. Kathleen Denise Rankin. Victoria Carol Rudd. Hillary Page Sheehan. Keisha Yvette Smith. Lawrence E. Tippin II, summa cum laude. Danita Michelle White Barnum.
Let's applaud the education graduates. Please be seated. Will the Associate and Baccalaureate graduates in the College of Professional Studies please approach the stage? Graduates will receive their diplomas from Dr. Jamie Byrne McCollum, Interim Dean of the college.
Amelia Finch. Cassandra B. Anthony. Nikki R. Baker. David Aaron Bishop. Teresa Brown. Ashley Renee Bird, cum laude. Kristen Carter. Lamaya LaQuinn Coleman. Christopher Roshan Cone. Sarah Elizabeth DeClerc. Stephen Gray II. Brian Bailey Guyton. Carrion Hooks. Shamika Ford. Catherine Shea Monax Gain, cum laude. Ralph W. Hill, Jr., cum laude. Shavonda Latrice Jackson. Soraya Sadeh. Jay Keith. Nicole Maidley. Sheila Renee McDade Mannix, magna cum laude. Jasmine Lene Mahan. Joseph Zweden Mai. Jalen Elizabeth McCauley, summa cum laude. Richard Nunez. Alicia Owens. Marcus Benton Pearson. Shamir Juanette Quarles. Jonathan Mitchell Regnis. King Stratford. Tykia Janae Walker. Amanda Wood. Tia Michelle Woods. Myron Jabbar Yancey. Carrie Yantz, summa cum laude. Brittany Nicole Taylor, magna cum laude. Shannon Stewart.
Let's applaud the graduates in the College of Professional Studies. Please be Please be seated. I'd like to remind our newest class of graduates that you're now eligible for membership in the UALR Alumni Association, and many of you have already joined, and I want to thank you for doing so, and I hope that all of you will take advantages of the many membership benefits and the opportunities to stay involved and to support your university. Now, please rise and join in the singing of the UALR Alma Mater, led by the University Concert Choir, and found inside the back cover of your commencement program. As the final act of commencement, we will now have our recessional. Family and guests should remain in their seats until the graduates have cleared the floor. Graduates will recess outside through the east entrance corridor. The Grand Marshal will now end our ceremony.
All right, these proceedings are now closed.